Hello everyone, today I'm going to explain how to write an argumentative essay. Ready? Let's start. First of all, what's an argumentative essay? An argumentative essay is a type of writing that requires you to investigate a topic, collect evidence, and establish a position on the topic in a concise manner. Okay, great, but how shall I do this? First of all, what's the structure of an argumentative essay? An argumentative essay will have three parts: the introduction, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion, but I guess you already knew that. There are two types of argumentative essays. There is the opinion essay and the for and against essay. They have two different structures. The opinion essay, so they have the same structure, introduction, body, and conclusion, but the contents of each part will differ slightly. So in the opinion essay, the equivalent of le billet d'humeur in French, you introduce the subject and state your opinion clearly. So in the introduction, you already say whether you are for or against this or that topic. The body will typically include two or more paragraphs, and each paragraph presents a separate viewpoint. And in the conclusion, you give your opinion about the topic. As for the for and against essay, you present the topic, making a general remark about it without giving your opinion. You see, that's the difference, the main difference between the opinion essay and the for and against essay. In the body, you will present the points for and against in separate paragraphs. And in the conclusion includes a balanced summary of the topic. Donc un résumé équilibré du sujet. And the difference with the opinion essay is that in the opinion essay, you give your opinion about the topic. So the for and against essay remains factual and neutral. It presents the 2 points of view. You express your personal opinion in the opinion essay. Your opinion is stated in the intro and in the conclusion. I'm going to focus today on the for and against essay only. Otherwise, the video will be way too long. So let's have a look together. As I've already said, there are three parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Typically, you will write the introduction at the end of your essay. But I'm going to start here with introducing the introduction. And it's very important for your introduction to be very effective. And you need to grab your reader's attention. So you need to start with an attention getter. Here I've got several examples of attention getters. For example, you can include a personal memory or anecdote. A very short personal memory or anecdote. Don't tell us about your life. This is not the point of a for and against essay. So for example, I still remember when my father took me to the beach. You see, that's very short. Or you can start with direct speech. Be careful were the last words my father said to me each time I left the house. You can tell a strange anecdote. Michael once mowed the lawns around Municipal Hall wearing an apron and high heels with a pillow stuffed under his sweater, so he looked pregnant, and it wasn't even Halloween. Why are you talking about this, Michael? Why are you talking about Halloween? I'm going to try to find out more by reading your text. You can start with a question. When was the last time you went without a meal? Or you use statistics. 75% of teenage boys are looking forward to the World Cup. Or you start with a general fact. People around the world are dying from hunger every day. Of course, this won't be the only sentence that I'm going to use in my introduction. You need other sentences around it to introduce the topic, but you can think of one of these attention getters when you start writing your introduction. This is an example of a for and against essay about social media. What do we notice about the structure? First, we've got an introduction. We've got body paragraphs. Of course, they go on in the rest of the text. And we've got the conclusion. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs in the body. That's a bit much. Of course, I don't expect you to write 6 paragraphs in your text. That's way too long. We have paragraphs for and paragraphs against. 3 for, 3 against. The previous example here is more than 600 words long. it's too long. You will have 100 minutes to write your for and against essay. And in these 100 minutes, you should be able to write between 200 and 250 words. And so your text should have 5 paragraphs. To remember the structure, remember this hamburger structure, in which you have the top bun, the introduction, you have the lettuce for the first paragraph, you have the tomato for the second paragraph, the burger for the third paragraph, and then you have the bottom bun for the conclusion. So remember the burger for the structure of your text. Let's focus on the introduction of this text about social media. So social media seem to play an imperative role in people's lives. It's a popular form of communication with friends everywhere in the world. Turn that thing off and come down for dinner has become a common sentence in every household, hinting at the place social media have taken in our lives, eating bits of our time and freedom. With so much time devoted to social media, one should be entitled to wonder, is it really worth it? Now, what have we got in this introduction? What are the attention getters here? Attention getters or attention grabbers is the same. First of all, we have here a fact. It is a popular form of communication with friends everywhere in the world. We also have a direct quote. Turn that thing off and come down for dinner. We have a third attention grabber. Is it really worth it? We have a question. This is clearly a for and against essay because the writer doesn't state his or her opinion in the introduction. The writer leaves the question open. Let's see if this is really worth it or not. After the introduction come the paragraphs, even if normally you should be writing the paragraphs before the introduction. How to write a paragraph? Each paragraph should develop one point of view, for or against. Do not start mixing both. You should use formal grammar and formal vocabulary in an argumentative text. There is a mistake here in my PowerPoint. You should use formal grammar and formal vocabulary. And this is the most difficult part for students. They tend to use vocabulary that is a bit too informal, so pay attention to this. Examples of formal grammar. Don't use short forms. So don't use contractions like you aren't or it's. Use you are not or it is, etc. Use a lot of passive forms. And as far as the vocabulary is concerned, use words such as plenty of instead of lots of or loads of, for example. The tone of an argumentative text should remain quite neutral and factual. Don't use suspension points, for example, as this leaves room for imagination, and this clearly has no place in an argumentative text. Do not use exclamation marks either, because it shows anger or surprise or joy, and you should remain neutral and factual. The ideal paragraph should be 6 to 8 sentences long for what I expect you to do. 6 to 8 sentences, that is good. Each paragraph should be more or less the same length. Therefore, a very long paragraph, e.g. 10 lines, shouldn't be followed by a very short one, e.g. 2 lines. Each paragraph must contain one topic sentence, and a supporting sentence develops the main idea of the topic sentence. So what is a topic sentence? The topic sentence is the main idea of the paragraph, and the supporting sentences develop this topic sentence with giving examples, etc. Let's have a look at an example. It can't be denied that social media have a lot of advantages, the most obvious being the ability to instantly reach people from anywhere. Indeed, you use Facebook to stay in touch with your old high school friends. You get on Skype with relatives scattered around the world. You meet brand new people on Twitter from cities or regions you have never heard of. We are connected wherever we go, and communication is instant and easy. This is the topic sentence, the most obvious being the ability to instantly reach people from anywhere. So the topic sentence is a sentence that expresses the main idea of the paragraph. A topic sentence should be followed by supporting sentences. And here they are. The supporting sentences are used to support, explain, illustrate, or provide evidence for the idea expressed in the topic sentence. And here you have the development of the main idea of the topic sentence. Here I have the whole body paragraphs and the conclusion of my examples, which is more than 600 words. So I remind you, 250 words, that's enough. Here we have all the topic sentences, so one topic sentence for each paragraph. We can clearly see the arguments used by the writer. First of all, it's easy to reach people. Opportunities for business owners. Access to news and information. Problems, social, peer pressure, cyberbullying. Sleep disturbance, sedentary lifestyle. Privacy and safety. And here you can clearly see the structure of my text. And of course, before being able to write this, you should have written a sort of outline of your text, and we should find these for and against ideas here. What can we see apart from the topic sentences? We can see in this text typical phrases or words which will be used in the argumentative text. Here they are. It can't be denied. One very convincing illustration is that. There are numerous examples. One of the most common examples. A further drawback is that. It's widely believed that. One striking example of. All things considered. This is for the conclusion. There are typical phrases that you should study by heart and use in your argumentative text. What else can we see? We can see formal grammar and formal vocabulary. Have a look at this. One should not forget. This is a beautiful formal structure. If one wants to know, again, a beautiful formal structure. What is going on? Cannot. Do not get. Here you see that there is no contracted forms that is used. And here has recently been accused, we have a passive form. So pay attention to your grammar. Here in an argumentative text, it is vital that you use formal grammar. We can see linking words. You know that I'm a fan of linking words. So we've got indeed, en effet, in addition, de plus, more importantly, therefore, donc, however, cependant, unfortunately, malheureusement, furthermore, de plus, finally, finalement, on the one hand, d'une part, on the other hand, d'autre part. So all these linking words are essential to an argumentative text. Where can you find all these linking words and all these phrases that you should know to be able to use them? Well, you've got a Quizlet list, G16 linking words. In the 6th grade, you should know A1 to B2. And writing an argumentative text, I put all the possibilities into Quizlet lists. So have a look and use them. In order to be able to do all this, you should respect a few steps. When you start writing your for and against essay, the first step will be to brainstorm ideas. So you can do this with a mind map, or if you don't like mind mapping, you can draw 2 columns, plus and minus, on a sheet of paper and write a maximum of arguments. This is called brainstorming ideas. To organize your arguments, select the best ones, the strongest ones. Then write examples for each argument. 3. Write your 3 topic sentences. So we have already established that you're going to have 3 paragraphs. Remember the hamburger? You're going to have the lettuce, you're going to have the cheese, and you're going to have the burger. So 3 paragraphs. So write your 3 topic sentences for your 3 paragraphs. Remember that you should have 2 for and 1 against, or 1 against and 2 for, something like this. 4. Develop each paragraph by adding the supporting sentences to the topic sentence, with illustrating, giving examples, etc. 5. Add linking words and specific argumentative phrases to your paragraphs. 6. Write the introduction. Use attention grabbers. 7. Write the conclusion. Present a balanced view of the topic. Remember, we are in a for and against essay, so you need a balanced view of the topic in the conclusion. And finally, read your first draft, suppress short forms, and improve your draft. Use formal vocabulary, varied vocabulary, use formal grammar. I must be flabbergasted when I read your argumentative essay. I must find all the words that we saw together in class. I must find all the grammar that we saw together in class, etc. Okay? So 8 steps for the perfect for and against essay. This can help. You can find this on your app in the tab How to in writing. And if you check write a for and against essay here, on your app you have these 3 sheets of paper. Do and don'ts of informal and formal writing. Here you have this on your app, and you also have examples of informal language that normally, well, you know all these words, but I made a list of their formal equivalents so that you can get help with these 3 worksheets, because it's not always easy as a non-native to know what's formal and informal. So normally with this, with the Quizlet lists, with these worksheets, with this video, if you follow all the instructions, you should be super ready to write a fantastic for and against essay. So that's it for today. I hope this video is going to help you, and see you in class. Bye bye.